So, do you have a dream? Maybe a dream for a YouTube channel or to write a book? Maybe you're 81 like me or in my age group. A lot of people say, hey, you're too old to dream. This is old Mike, and my theme is really simple. If you ain't dead, you ain't done. And if I'm not dead, I still got dreams to dream. So I'm sharing this video from my heart specifically for those in the fourth quarter of their life, 70 to 85 and 90 and above. If that's not you, do me a favor and share this video with your parents, your grandparents, your great grandparents, or other people you know that are in the fourth quarter of their life. I don't believe they're done dreaming yet. Now, they may think they're done dreaming, but I don't think they are. I want this video to be an encouragement for those who are in the age group that I am. Now, if you're younger, you can still be encouraged by the video, that's for sure. But do someone a favor today and share this video with somebody that's in the fourth quarter of their life. Some of you know that I've been a pastor for 50 years. I've been the pastor of a seniors church for 35 years. And I met early on, when I first came to the church, I was 48 years old. I visited a lady named Doris. She was such a sweetheart. She was in her mid 90s, and she had just come back from the grocery store, so I helped unload her groceries. And she had some bananas in there, and I mean, they were ripe bananas. I could not believe how ripe these bananas were. So I asked her about it. I said, Doris, how come these bananas are so ripe? And she said, well, it's real simple. If I buy green bananas, I may not live long enough to eat them. What do you think about that for a moment? How much time do you have in life? Do you buy green bananas, or are you buying bananas that are ripe? Now, it's true, at 81 years old, I've lived most of my life, but that doesn't mean I can't have a dream for whatever the rest of my life is. Some people say, oh, the best part of your life is behind you. Nah, I don't think so. I think the best part of my life is in front of me. One of the problems that I think we that are seniors have in starting a YouTube channel or any end of life dream that we have is actually starting it. I love the saying is you can't steer a parked car. So you can think about your dream, you can dream about your dream, but you got to start your dream. Let me introduce you to some people that I really love. Here are some YouTube creators. And the thing about them that they have in common is that they're all in the fourth quarter of their life. They're between 74 and 91. That's right, 91. You'll see Rose, my favorite gal. She's in the center bottom. She started her channel at 90 years old. Hey, if I can start at 80 and Rose can start at 90, I'm 81, she's 91. I'm trying to catch up with her. I don't think I ever will. But if we can start a YouTube channel, so can you. If you're 70, 80, 90, you can start a YouTube channel. The other thing that these creators have in common is that their purpose is to give back. Their purpose is to encourage other people. Now, a few of them are monetized, but that's not the goal of the people that you're looking at right now. And I'll leave links to all of their channels below. You can go check out their channels. But they're living a dream. They are living their dream. So the advantage of doing a YouTube channel at my age is I don't have to sweat the finances. I follow a lot of gurus. Some of my favorite people are in their 40s and 50s and 60s. And a lot of their content for YouTube creation is linked to monetization and building a business and making a certain amount of money. And that's fine to make a certain amount of money. That's fine. But that's never been my goal. My goal, yeah, if I get some extra income in my retirement, hey, that's cool. But that's never been my goal. My goal is to be an inspiration to people. My goal is to pay it forward on the things that I have learned. And in regard to YouTube, sharing my experiences in starting a YouTube channel at 80. And at the end of the video, I put a link to that video that explains exactly how I started a YouTube channel at 80. The advantage is in this age group, you don't have to worry about doing YouTube full time. You don't have to worry about doing landing pages. You don't have to worry about creating products, digital products. You don't have to worry about email lists. There's a lot of things you don't have to worry about. Now, you can do some of those things, but if you're going to do this part time as a senior, all through your life, you had the pressure of hitting the clock and getting out there and everything. You don't want that in your older years, in your senior years. I don't want that in my senior years. No way. So I do this part-time. I have a part-time job pastoring a church. I'm a full-time caregiver for my wife, but I still enjoy a lot of different things in life. And I can't do this full-time. There's a lot of things I would like to do, and I may do some of those in the future, but I'm enjoying where I am right now. And so can you. You can do that, but you can't steer a parked car. So you need to get involved in creating your YouTube channel. So let me tell you what got me thinking about doing this video. It's this book, What's Your Dream? Now, it's a great book. This is by Simon Squibb. And Simon's got millions, maybe billions of followers on TikTok, YouTube. He's created quite an industry. He walks around all over the world, walking up to random people, and he asks them, what's your dream? And the whole book is about all the answers and the things that took place in asking this question to all of these people. Now, the book was one, I enjoyed the book because of all the different excuses people give for not doing a dream. A lot of that applies to anybody at any age. The thing I found interesting was, though, in looking at some of his TikTok, watching some of his YouTube stuff, reading his book, I didn't find anywhere, now I may be wrong here, if you know, let me know, but I couldn't find anywhere where he came up to somebody on the street that was 90 years old and asked them what their dream was. I don't think he wants to invest in a 90-year-old dream, right? But that doesn't mean that you're 70, 80, and 90, that you don't have a dream that you are unwilling to invest in. If nobody else wants to invest in you, you invest in you. You take the time to learn some of the basics. Doing a YouTube channel is really easy. Watch my video, I'll have it down at the end. You just need to learn the mechanics and find your content. But you've lived your life already. You've got built-in content. You have a lifetime of skill experience. You have a lifetime of stories. You have a lifetime of legacy that you can bring up and you can think about and you can share with others. Maybe you had a trade, maybe you had a skill, whatever it was. Maybe you had a particular view in life. Maybe you had mastered something in your life. Maybe you wrote a book. Maybe you're writing a book. You know, by the way, if you're in the middle of writing a book, getting on YouTube and sharing some of that information is a great idea. So, no matter your age in this fourth quarter, 70 to 85 and above, you've got something to say, and people will want to hear what you have to say. Nobody else may invest in you starting a YouTube channel like Simon Squibb does with people, but you need to invest in yourself. Are you willing to invest in yourself? Are you too old to invest in yourself? Hey, I had 2 businesses. I sold them. I was successful in a couple of different areas of my life. But when I turned 80 years old, I sat down and I thought, hey, is this it? Is this the end? And all of a sudden, I started dreaming again. Through a sequence of things, my dream for a YouTube channel came to pass. And so can your dream. Let me leave you with one of my favorite wisdom statements from the book of Psalms. I use this a lot in working with seniors. It's a wonderful thought. It comes from Psalm 92. Here it is. They will flourish like a palm tree. They will bear fruit in old age. The psalmist is referring to older people that have lived the life. They will flourish like a palm tree and bear fruit in old age. I live in Southern California. We used to go out to the date festival in the desert every year because of the dates that grew on the palms. Palm trees produce, I think, 7 or 8 different kinds of fruit. But man, the date festival, that was a killer. But if you go out there and you look at the palm tree, they're not little palm trees. These are big palm trees. They've been around for a while. Palm tree has to grow. They can grow for years and years and years. But they produce fruit right up to the end of their lifespan. So here's the challenge. Can you produce fruit up to the end of your lifespan? You've heard about my friend before, Selma. Selma lived to be 111. That's right, 111. She was driving up until she was 92 or 93. She went into assisted living at about 108 or 9, I think, something like that. But she organized events in the home that she was at. I mean, she was always doing something. And there was a steady stream of people that went to see her, just to talk to her, just to hear the wisdom and the life experience she had. Now, I don't know if I'm going to live to be 111 or you are, but I want to be like Selma. I want to be flourishing and seeing fruit in my life up until my last breath. Remember, my channel is Old Mike, Old Me, Living Better. I believe you can live better at any age, but the theme I really like, is if you ain't dead, you ain't done. I'm definitely not dead. I'm definitely not done. I'm hoping that you will be encouraged by this video. If you're in this age group, fourth quarter of your life, between 70 and 85 and above, go watch the video that I'm going to put up here, how I started my YouTube channel at 80 years old. It's got the mechanics of what I did. Now, you don't have to do it exactly the way I did it, but this will give you a foundation for doing it. Again, if I can do it at 80, so can you do it at 70, 80, 90, like Lois at 90 years old. Start your YouTube channel. And most of all, whatever your dream is, do that. Write a book, start an art class, create something that you can give back and provide a legacy for those that are behind you. Hey, this is Old Mike. I hope that you're encouraged. I'll see you next time.